Open three is good.
Shot pours the goal. Oh, Christopher.
Nice.
Tough. Shooting is scored.
Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of March 13th. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. Today, a state hockey recap plus section finals in girls basketball.
And in our Sports Jam spotlight, meet a Wayzata goalie who turned things around to help the Trojans reach the state boys hockey tournament. Up first, section boys basketball. The Hopkins Royals won Class 4A a year ago, but were just 12-5 in late January of this season. They haven't lost since. Hopkins facing 6th-seeded Cooper in the Section 6 semifinals. Cooper's Bijan Newbern twists his way to the basket for two of his team-high 16 points. It's a one-point game at 11-10. Anthony Davis drives it all the way to the hole to lay in two of his 6 first-half points with the Royals up by 6. Trocon Massey breaks up a pass, waits a fast break for himself, and he finishes in style with that big dunk. But most of the rest of the game belonged to Hopkins. Blaze Beauchamp, steal and layup, extends the Royals' lead. Like Beauchamp, Darryl Mayfield provided some offense off the bench. Mayfield hit 3 threes in the game. Hopkins rolls to a 51-23 halftime lead. Second half, Ishmael El-Amin for a 3. He scores 20 points in the game. Simon Wright takes it to the basket to score 2 of his game-high 22 points. Hopkins beats Cooper 88-55. We'll hear from the Royals later in the show.
In the first semifinal, top seed Wayzata hoped to handle St. Louis Park. Wayzata coming in with a 17-point win over the Orioles during the regular season, but St. Louis Park is ready to play. Ryan Dahmers rattles home a 3, and it gives the Orioles a 7-2 lead. Kyrie Mayfield steals the pass and speeds up court for the layup. It's 11-11. He scores 13 in the first half. Wayzata picks it up, though. Ryan Lindbergh buries a 3 to put the Trojans up by 10. Park battles back again, but the give and go from Luke Paulson to Alex Jensen back to Paulson helps Wayzata to a 2-point halftime lead. Brian Schnettler's team completely dominates the second half. Jacob Benninga hits a corner 3, and the Trojans start fast in that second half. Their top scorer, Gavin Baumgartner, drains a long 3 here after a scoreless first half. He nets 11 in the second half. Paulson has 11 off the bench as Wayzata pulls away to crush St. Louis Park 73-46. That sets up the championship as Hopkins and Wayzata meet for a third time. The game is at 7 o'clock Wednesday at Osseo. Watch it live on CCX Sports Channels 12 and 799 and online at ccxmedia.org. Park Center is the number 2 seed in Section 5 4A. James Ware and the Pirates hoping to take care of business against Spring Lake Park in the quarterfinals. Losini Kamara goes coast to coast for the layup, and Park Center leads 41-22 at the half. Some solid defense in half number 2. Spring Lake Park looking for the layup. It's Xavier Bonner with the big block for the Pirates. Park Center freshman Dane Danger stays with it here as he picks it up off the floor on the rebound and then goes up to the hoop and foul. Kahari Broadway drives down the baseline for a reverse layup. It's 59-36 Pirates. Broadway drives it again, and this time he'll get an assist. He sets up Emmanuel Tamba for a 3 from the corner as the Pirates roll 91-55.
On the other side of the Section 5 brackets, it's top-seeded and top-ranked Champlin Park. Rebels hosted Irondale in the quarterfinals. McKinley Wright drives and sets up Marcus Hill for a 3-pointer as the Rebels get off to their usual quick start. Another assist for Wright as he dishes to Theo John, who scores off the glass, plus a foul on his way to a big night for the Rebels. Wright spots John cutting and get out of the way here. He throws it down. John scores 35 points on the night. Champlin Park has a lot of guys who can really shoot it. The screen frees Bennett Otto for a 3 and a 27-10 Rebels lead. Wright keeps it himself this time. Champlin Park rolls to a 105-66 win to move into the semifinals. The semifinals are Tuesday at Maple Grove. Osseo faces Park Center at 5 o'clock, and Moundsview Champlin Park play at 7 See those games live on CCX Sports Channels 12 and 799 and online at ccxmedia.org. In Section 8-4A, top seed Maple Grove beat Elk River 71-59 in the semifinals Saturday. Duan Pickford and Brad Davison combined for 54 points for the Crimson. They will face Rogers for the section title Thursday at 7 o'clock at Monticello High School. We'll have tape-delayed coverage because high school league rules don't permit a live broadcast during the state girls basketball tournament. Now to Section 5-2A, where Brooklyn Center was the #1 seed for that section journey. Centaurs were at home to face Paynesville in the opening round game. Pass comes out high to Adrian Sprinkles. He buries a 3, giving the Centaurs a 10-0 lead. Then off a Paynesville miss, a scramble for the ball. It's Devontae Prince getting the steal. He'll take it the distance for the dunk. It's 18-4 BC. The Centaurs run well and in transition. Lukai Patterson, nice pass ahead. Ventura Lewis with a lay-in. Centaurs extend their lead to 17. Later in the first half, it's Sprinkles exploding in from the wing to lay in 2 more of his 17 points. Patterson and Prince added 17 and 16 respectively. The Centaurs roll past the Bulldogs 83-45. But not so good news in the quarterfinals. The Centaurs fall to #8 seed Holy Family 64-58. Centaurs finish the season with a 19-8 record.
Also in Section 5-2A, Coach Brad Barber and 5th seed BRECK hosting Maple Lake. The Mustangs get out in transition. Elijah Zachary feeds the pass to David Roddy for 2 of his 13 points. And it's David Roddy driving the lane. His pass deflects to Josh Roddy, who scores to put BRECK up by 20 in the second half. Kerwin Walton passes to Sam Willie, who will find Joey Gamley wide open for an easy layup. BRECK advances to the quarterfinals with a 72-50 win. And they did win in the quarterfinals, beating Eden Valley-Watkins by 8. So the Mustangs take on Holy Family in the semifinals at 8 o'clock Tuesday night at St. Michael Albertville. And John, in Section 4A, Heritage and Prairie Seeds still alive entering the week.
They'll play each other in a semifinal game on Tuesday night. Minneapolis North, the #1 seed in that section. Time for a quick break. When we return, girls basketball section championship highlights, plus a recap of the state hockey tournament. Welcome back to Sports Jam. Time to talk state boys hockey.
Really a great tournament this year. Former Osseo star Trent Klatt coached Grand Rapids to the AA title. And we also had 2 local teams in the AA field in the same year for the first time. Upset-minded Wayzata faced top seed Eden Prairie in the quarterfinals. Trojans goalie Reid Waszczenko continues his solid postseason run. He gets the pad out to stop a Great Eagles chance. The game is still scoreless after the opening period. Early in the second, a turnover cost Eden Prairie. Grant Anderson fires a rocket under the crossbar, and Wayzata leads top seed Eden Prairie 1-0. That lead holds up for a long time, but with 6.5 minutes left in the third, Noah Deraney's slap shot is off a Wayzata player and deflects in. The Eagles, who dominate much of the game, tie it up at 1-1. Late in the third, Casey Middlestat will win the draw to Nick Lieberman. He sidesteps the defender and threads it through for a 2-1 lead. The Eagles add an empty netter. They beat Wayzata 3-1.
We needed to get a couple more shots on net and some stuff to make them a little bit more pressure on them at the end, I think. But they're an unbelievable squad, obviously, and they're the reason why they're the #1 team all year, and hats off to them. And
well, Maple Grove was in the state tournament for the first time since 2012. The #4 seed Crimson faced 5th seed Grand Rapids in their quarterfinal game. On the first shift, Sam Huff drives to the net. His shot's deflected wide, but Trevor Kukkonen pushes the rebound in. It's 1-0 Crimson just 20 seconds in. 4 minutes later, Huff circles into the high slot, and his shot braces a Grand Rapids player and goes in. And it's 2-0 Maple Grove. But Grand Rapids comes back strong. On a power play, Gavin Haynes snaps the shot home, and it's a 2-1 game through the opening period. And the Thunderhawks dominate in period number 2. John Stampahar buries the shot on the short side from the circle to make it 2-2. After they grab a 3-2 lead, Drake Anderson's shot sneaks through Ethan Hyder for a 5-2 lead. Grand Rapids scores 5 in a row. They hold off Maple Grove for a 6-4 win.
I mean, when a team's hot, it's kind of tough to stop, especially a team like that. I mean, give credit to them. That's probably the best first line we faced all year, and our line wasn't up to the challenge. So all the credit to them. They played well tonight.
In consolation play, Wayzata then beat Maple Grove 2-1 in overtime on a game-winning goal by Matt Cassette.
So that put the Trojans into the consolation final. Wayzata facing St. Thomas Academy for 5th place in the tourney. This one at Mariucci Arena at the University of Minnesota. First period, the Cadets' Willie Rhymes skates into the circle, fires and scores, putting St. Thomas ahead just 5:22 into the game. In the second period, watch the effort here by Rob Christie. He skates past 2 defenders, keeps the puck, and he goes behind the goal before tucking it into the Trojans' net. That makes it a 2-0 game. The Cadets led 3-0 after 2 periods and scored twice more in the third. Ryan O'Neill converts on the pass from Luke Herzog. St. Thomas Academy pins a shutout on the Trojans, 5-0.
Switching now to girls basketball, Park Center's girls were looking to get back to state for a 4th straight season. The Pirates faced Centennial for the Section 5 4A title. Michaela Hayes with a nice move underneath, and she gives Park Center a 5-point lead. Sarah Groh gets the hoop here, plus a foul for Centennial. The Cougars are up 21-17. Danielle Schaub drives and scores for the Pirates, but they trail by 3 at halftime. Park Center fights back in the second half. Kayla Cox out to Ann Simonet, and she drains the 3. Then Megan Du Bois on the run out, and her basket here ties it up at 33 all. Then it's Simonet with another clutch 3-pointer for the Pirates. She scores 15 on the night. Hayes scores with another nice move in the paint, and Park Center wins it 53-46, securing another trip to the state tournament.
I think we're really focused to get all the way this year, especially as you said, us seniors have been on this team for 4 years, and the younger girls, it's so much fun playing with them, and we just don't want it to end yet.
The Pirates are the number 5 seed for the state tournament, and they will face 4th seed Eastview in the quarterfinals Tuesday at noon at Target Center.
Hopkins defeated Wayzata by 30 and 37 points during the regular season. It was a different story in the third meeting between the teams in the Section 6 4A title game. The Trojans' Jazz Smiley connects on an early 3-pointer. She made 3 of them in the game. Paige Becker steps in for the steal for Hopkins. She'll score the layup on her way to a game-high 27 points. But the Trojans really played and shot well in the first half. Sydney Franks with this 3. The senior guard was 17 first-half points. Trojans lead at halftime by 12. Smiley down low to Cameron Hay for the bucket. It's 41-29 at halftime. But the Royals come up fired up in the second half. Raina Suggs to Delayla Shakolich for the basket and 1 to help start the comeback. Angie Hammond made some big shots for Hopkins. She followed her own miss to score 2 of her 14 points and put the Royals ahead 46-44. This was close the rest of the way. Callie Tyson scores off the inbound play. She had 20 points in the game for the Trojans. It's a 1-point game. Up by 3 in the last 90 seconds. Suggs with a big steal for Hopkins scores to make it a 5-point game. Top-seeded Hopkins rallies to win the section championship 81-74.
Well, yeah, we haven't been through this adversity. We've never been down at half this whole year, and we just had to fight because we didn't want to come up short because we went undefeated in the regular season, and we just didn't want to come up short, and we want to continue our road in state.
The Royals are the top seed for the state 4A tournament. They will face Lake Conference rival Minnetonka in a rematch of last year's state title game. The Royals beat the Skippers twice during the regular season.
Like Park Center and Hopkins, Maranatha Christian Academy's girls basketball team is a regular visitor to the state tournament. The Bulldogs of Lester Prairie Holy Trinity, their opponent in the Section 4A final. Lester Prairie plays well early. Hope Feltman sets up Kayla Weinzerl for 2 of her 13 first-half points. After trailing for much of the half, the Mustangs make a run as Kylie Post gets the rebound, putback, plus a foul. Brianna Smested finds a wide-open Elise Moore on the inbound play as Maranatha surges to a 40-30 lead at halftime. Jacqueline Jarnett scores on the run, and the Mustangs threaten to blow it open, leading by 13. But the Bulldogs fight back. Steph Losey is on fire, scoring 21 in the second half. Sophomore Smestead comes up big for Maranatha. This three gives them an 8-point lead. She scores a season-high 21. And she gets free for a reverse layup to help seal it as Maranatha wins its 8th consecutive section title, 79-73 against a scrappy Lester Prairie squad.
I mean, we have like a general respect for them. They're such an amazing team, but when it all comes down to it, it's all the energy, everything between it. It's like we just want to play our best against them because we know they'll do the same for us, so it's just that.
Maranatha is the number 5 seed for the state tournament. The Mustangs meet 4th seed Ada Borup. The Class A quarterfinals Thursday afternoon at 1 at Mariucci Arena.
It was quite a game, Jay.
A very loud gym at Anoka Ramsey is kind of a small, intimate setting. Pretty good place for a final between those smaller teams, and it really was a good game. Straight ahead on our In Sports Gem Spotlight, meet a goalie who helped right the ship for Wayzata as they reach the state boys hockey tournament. Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Wayzata boys hockey team, after a state championship season last winter, had a very up and down regular season this year. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet the Trojans goalie who helped to fuel a surge that led them to the state tournament. He didn't have the usual state tournament goalie numbers, but Reid Waszczenko was pretty spectacular down the stretch to help Wayzata reach the tourney.
Crosby firing, and Waszczenko snares.
Like for baseball pitchers, goalie won-loss records can be deceiving. But Waszczenko's 113-1 regular season mark was an eye-opener, but long forgotten by the end.
I thought the season was going to be better than what it turned out to be, especially with one win. But I think it was just key for me to just keep coming every day with that determination and just keep working my tail off here. And then near the end of the season, as we were putting pucks in the net, playing good defense with me in that at least, and I started to feel confident. I think everybody is starting to rally around that.
He's a very energetic kid and super athletic, and I think he was just trying to really make every save, you know, and like put the team on his back. Whereas, as we all know that, you know, goaltending is very important, but you know, if you're trying to make every single save and not let your teammates help you, and you know, let pucks hit you, it's you're going to battle and you're going to be tired at the end of the game. So he's just been working on making that first save and you know, stealing a couple for us in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and he's been able to do that, and we've been able to win some games, so it's been good.
Reid opened the season as the starter in net, then saw junior Sawyer Anderson take over for a while. As he returned to form, posting 2 shutouts and allowing just 1 goal total in 3 games in the Section 6AA tournament, Waszczenko appreciated the support of his teammates.
We stay confident in him. We knew he was going to work hard for us. We worked hard for him. And how he's been playing in the playoffs is super easy to play when you got him in net.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I see Kubinski just coming up to me after like a big save, and we just like nod heads, like fist bump each other, and just I think it just helps our team, just help them trust me more, and I think that helps them with their, if we do make aggressive plays, they can trust me.
Waszczenko really shined in a 29-save performance against Edina in the section final.
Breakaway, Ryan Moon, and robbed by Waszczenko.
And yes, he could hear the Trojans fans chanting for him.
Seeing the crowd come is awesome, then having the band is even awesome too. But then when they chant my name, it just kind of boosts me up a little bit, even after like if I'm feeling like shaky right away, or just or I haven't felt shot yet, and I make one save. They really help me get into it and just boost my confidence more.
His older brother Alex preceded him as a Wayzata hockey player, and a nickname carries on from Alex to Reid.
The Wuzzy came from my brother when he played on the team. That's what his Pat called him. So it just kind of came down the line for me as I was little Wuzzy, even like throughout the youth like years, and now I've become Wuzzy. And then Wuz Buzz came from Hank Sorensen last year. We were just messing around and just scream out "Wuz Buzz," and then that's what everybody does now.
Keeping the puck out of the net is, of course, the bottom line for a goalie. But the Wayzata hockey family is happy that Reid Waszczenko played a big role in their postseason success for reasons beyond his skill as a netminder.
He's been trying super hard at practice. He's always the first out and the last stop, and it translates in the games, and it's super fun to see.
He bleeds blue and gold for sure, and you know, he's a great student, works really hard, very likable in the locker room, and he just loves the game. I mean, if he's not here, he's watching hockey and so on and so forth, so it's great.
Waszczenko hopes to play junior hockey and after that, college hockey. He was one of many statewide recipients of the Hobie Baker High School Character Award this season. John talks basketball with the Hopkins boys when Sports Jam returns.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. As you saw earlier in the program, the Hopkins Royals are in the Section 6 4A championship game. They'll take on the Wayzata Trojans Wednesday for the title. And two of their players join us now on Sports Jam, Ishmael El-Amin and Simon Wright. And Simon, I know you had been a little bit under the weather, but you came out, hit that first basket of the game, and played a great game. How are you feeling?
Feeling a little tired now. You can hear it in my voice, but yeah, I'm just happy we came out here. I tried to provide as much energy as I could, and it worked, so proud of the team.
Tell me about the effort you guys put forward in that first half to kind of put it away by halftime.
In the locker room, we were talking about how we just needed to bring our energy and get intense and get stops, and that's what we did, and we knew exactly what they were going to do. They knew what we were going to do. We played them before, and, you know, we just did what we could.
You guys often get contributions from a lot of guys, and that certainly was the case tonight. You know, Blaze comes off the bench. Daryl gets some big baskets for you. How important is that for you at playoff time?
That's very important. You need energy off the bench, and with Blaze and Daryl, they're two great shooters, great players that we could always count on for a couple big buckets.
Defense, too. I thought you guys made some nice stops, got some good rebounds. Has that been a big part of your game later in the season here?
Yeah, it has been. We've really been working on it in practice. We have a number of defenses, but all of them you just got to stay intense, and that's what we work on.
Wayzata, you've played them twice. You saw them tonight. What do you expect from the Trojans?
It's going to be a fun game. Fun game.
What's the one big thing that you need to stop from them, if you can narrow it down to one?
We got to find their shooters. I mean, you know, all five guys can shoot the ball, and they've got tons of weapons with all their players. So we got to find the shooters and limit the penetrations.
Congratulations on this one. Rest up and good luck Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ishmael El-Amin, another big game for the Royals. And how much fun is playoff basketball for you?
Man, it's so exciting. You know, just the energy the gym provides. You know, energy both teams provide. You know, the intensity of the game. So it's just amazing and so fun to play.
You played in this gym now a few times. You like it here?
No, I enjoy it. You know, just because the energy. You know, everybody's crowded on top of each other. You know, the games are always fun like as before. So I enjoy it.
I know you guys have beaten Cooper handily during the season, but you try to not think about that as you come into a playoff game, knowing if you don't play well, you could lose.
You know, we say it's the second season. You know, everything starts brand new. You know, teams always come out ready to play their A game in the playoffs. So you know, early in the season we did hand it to them. So you know, we try to forget about that. Just come on and play the best we could.
What have you guys done better since, say, that Champlin Park game that you lost at home, that you've improved and really played some great basketball down the stretch?
You know, I thought our intensity on defense has really stepped up. And then just our offensive game, you know, I think Coach Novak has helped provide a couple extra, you know, key things that we could do on the offensive side. So I think both our offense and defense really came along the season.
Give me a breakdown on Wayzata. What does it take to beat them?
You know, defense, that's the name of the game. Defensive rebounds. You know, I've been preaching that to our guys all year. You know, that's the key. That's going to win championship. That's what won us one last year. So just the defense that we bring, I think we should be able to get it done.
Good luck in the section finals.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ishmael El-Amin, Simon Wright, two big reasons why Hopkins defeated Cooper in the semifinals. And it'll be a great championship game against Wayzata as the Royals take on the Trojans for the Section 6 championship Wednesday night at 7 o'clock here at Osseo High School. We'll take a break and come back and wrap up the show right after this.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Our game of the week is that Section 6 4A boys basketball final as Lake Conference rivals Hopkins and Wayzata play for a spot in the state tournament. The game is Wednesday at 7. Watch it live on CCX channels 12 and 799 or on the web at ccxmedia.org. It's the replay Friday morning at 10. And that will do it for this week's Sports Jam.
We're approaching the end of the winter season. Next week, state girls basketball and adapted floor hockey plus section boys basketball. We'll see you then.